This is the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. Well, it sounds quite frightful, but then this is probably one of the smartest smartphones on the planet. You could quite literally launch Armageddon from right here. But then increase its size several hundred times, including the list of features and lots more. And what you get is this. This is the 2021 Mercedes-Benz S-Class, and it is quite inarguably the world's most technologically advanced luxury saloon. Since 1972, the S-Class has been the flagship sedan from Mercedes-Benz's stables, and it is the canvas on which Mercedes-Benz has painted all of its technology, given all of the state-of-the-art functions, and for decades it's been the benchmark for the industry in terms of what's to follow. Now, if you look at it, this codenamed the V223, this S-Class codenamed the V223, well, it doesn't look very different from its predecessor, and the details are very minute and you'd need a careful eye to catch them. Now, you wouldn't really notice, for instance, that the grille out here, the chromed grille, has got 6 edges to it, and this shape is quite similar to what you'd see on Audi's sedans as well. They've got other elements on here. They've got the LiDAR, they've got the radar, and of course, very important, they've got digital lights. Now, digital lights play multiple functions. One of them, of course, is it increases the throw of the lamps to about 650 meters on high beam, so you get better visibility. It's almost 1080p in terms of clarity. In addition, the lights are smart, so essentially what they do is while you're driving at night, it can also throw certain instructions to you on the road surface ahead of you. So navigation functions, warning signs, they all get indicated by the headlamps on the road in front of you. So if there was a stop sign, or if there was a school crossing, a zebra crossing, those would be highlighted and indicated to you while you're driving. In addition, navigation functions, whether you've got to turn right, straight, go left, well, all of those, of course, would also be indicated to you on the road in front of you. The new S-Class has also grown larger, which means it's wider, it's taller, and it's longer than its predecessor. The wheelbase has also grown considerably. In addition, you get a lot more space inside the cabin. But on the exteriors, another technology feature are these. It's got these pop-out door handles, which when you lock them, well, sit flush with the body panels, or with the keys in close proximity, unlocks and the door handles pop out again. Quite smart. And then there are these tail lamps. Very impressive LED units. And of course, the signature, the light signature on them also looks most impressive. Of course, after dark is when it looks the best, especially the turn indicators. When you have to turn right or left, the way it moves across, it's a very dynamic element. Looks very smart. The interiors of the S-Class is a very special place to be in. And while a lot of people would prefer to sit at the back and bask in its glory, recline on the seats, which I'll talk about a little later, the driver's seat is equally important and functional and a gorgeous place to be in. It's the quality of the materials, the textures, the feel, the way things have been put together, the way they feel. Solid aluminium, or whether it's the wood on the dashboard, the leather, the plastic, and even this, the large touch screens. All of these are just sensational. In the new S-Class, Mercedes-Benz has done away with most of its buttons. Almost 27 buttons have been taken out of the entire landscape, and all of those functions have been inserted onto this 12.8 touchscreen. Now, the clarity is fantastic, the typography is fantastic, the way this entirely functions is brilliant, but this is going to take you a lot of time. I would say it would need at least a week's time to understand where all the functions reside and how do you use them. Essentially, because if you're driving this car by yourself, getting to any of these functions is not the easiest of jobs. Now, you could alternatively tell Mercedes, Mercedes-Benz has got its proprietary MBUX system.
Hey Mercedes, how may I help you?
MBUX essentially allows you to execute a lot of the functions, especially with infotainment, with navigation and various other things. For some of the more engineering functions, you still have to use buttons. So you've got a dynamic selector right here, which allows you to toggle between various driving modes, whether it's comfort, sport, source, sport plus, or to select individual modes. You've also got to select the cameras. Now, cameras of course function largely when you're static, when you're standing still, or at speeds below 20 kilometers an hour. You could also select vehicle settings. You can raise the S-Class. It's got adaptive dampers on every side, and effectively this will raise the car when you need it to. As speeds increase, the car will automatically lower itself down, and then there's a host of other functions as well. Moving on to the steering wheel, you've still got more touch functions on the steering wheel itself, whether it's to control the large screen, the 12.8 touch screen over here, or the 12.3 instrument binnacle right behind the steering wheel. The nice part about the instrumentation out here is that you've got a 3D effect, which can be controlled from right here on the larger touchscreen. If you see the 3D button, well, I can switch off the 3D effect and give it a two-dimensional feature, or switch on the 3D effect, and this is absolutely fantastic. It shows you even navigation in three-dimensional mode, which is something I've never seen ever before on any car, and that is truly revolutionary. Another interesting thing that the S-Class does is it sets the right tone or puts you in the right mood inside this cabin by adjusting a variety of features, be it the dynamic lights, the air conditioning system, the scent diffuser, or even the massage functions in the seats. You want the seats to add, the seat kinetics, you want to add lumbar support, you want to add shoulder support, you want to bolster the sides. All of these functions can be adjusted to what you feel is right. You've also got the light settings and this light bar that runs across the dashboard. Now that can either be set in a monochromatic color or in multicolor modes, as well as dynamic modes, where the entire color bar will keep changing by itself, automatically changes color. It soothes you or it gets you energetic. It does a multitude of things. You can also go to the energizing comfort mode, and this effectively, it stimulates you by using a mixture of both light and music. Now, it's not just the lighting inside the S-Class that stands out, it's also the way the music plays out through those 31 speakers, the Burmester speakers, and something called 8 exciters. I'm not sure what exactly Mercedes-Benz means by that, but what it does offer is a 4D surround system, and what this does is essentially, it lets the seats massage you to the beat of the tune you're playing through those speakers. Incredible. For a car that's as expensive and luxurious as the S-Class, I really wouldn't expect Mercedes-Benz to have cut corners, but there is evidence of some cost cutting inside this cabin. And that's in these, grab rails out here over the driver or passenger's head. These are made out of plastic and they feel a bit cheap. And of course, there's also this roof lining, which is just plain fabric. For the price that the S-Class retails at, I would have expected a little more exotic materials to be placed over my head. Without a doubt, the S-Class was built to carry its occupants, especially the ones at the rear, in ultimate comfort and luxury. And this S-Class is, no stranger to that. What you get are a host of features for people who are sitting here on this rear bench, these two seats, individual seats of course. And I'll tell you about some of the other more interesting features, but let me tell you, you've got a touchscreen in front of you, and that allows you to control all the functions, majority of the functions of the car sitting right here, all of those functions that are emulated otherwise on the main 12.8-inch touchscreen. In addition, you also got all the window control functions. You can control both the left door and the right door window functions from right here. You can also raise and lower the rear blind or open and shut the sunroof. You can also adjust your seat. The inclination, it goes back to about 18 degrees of inclination, and that allows you to relax a lot more. But here's another interesting feature. You can lower the armrest, and right there you've got an additional touch screen which allows you to again control all the functions that you had on the screen in front of you. When you're completely reclined, you definitely want the touch screen in your hand to control all those functions. Another interesting aspect is that on this touchscreen, you can also connect your Fire Stick and watch Netflix. How cool is that? But let me show you, well, the defining feature. These seats recline. It's a long and slow process, but at the end of a hard day's work, if you're driving home and you want to do nothing but just lounge around, then well, this is what the seat does. And there you go, you're in lounge mode. Having said that, well, the length, as you can see, is not perfect, and I'm just 5'9", so any taller than me, and you'd still be wanting some space inside this cabin. But well, as a feature, it really works wonders. The drawback with cars this large that have got cabins this big is that they've got extraordinarily long doors. And when you open this, the S-Class's door opens pretty wide, but you have to close it once you've got inside your seat. You really have to stretch yourself and exert a fair amount of effort to shut that door because it is heavy. Now this morning, I'd taken my mum out for a drive and she is much shorter than me, with of course shorter limbs. And well, when I opened the door, she just couldn't reach out, and neither did she have the strength to pull that door back in. So of course, I had to get out and shut the door for her. As exciting as it is to be in that back seat lounging around, it's equally exciting to drive the S-Class because this is a fantastic car. It's got all of that legacy of Mercedes' finest driving cars packaged inside this one car. The S-Class I'm driving, this is the 400D. That's the diesel, which essentially is the OM656 diesel engine, which was found in the predecessor as well. It's an old engine, but it's good for probably another decade at least. Simple upgrades to make it meet existing emission norms anywhere across the world, and of course a few more tweaks to enhance its power outputs, to enhance its efficiency, are all that it takes to make this one of the leading engine options in the S-Class. And the current generation, there are a lot of tweaks that make the engine lighter, that make it far more powerful, and of course efficient as well at the same time. This 6-cylinder diesel, now you've got about 330 horsepower with almost 700 Newton meters of torque coming out of those 6 cylinders. And that's good enough, as Mercedes claim, for this car to do about 5.4 seconds to 100 kilometers an hour. It is quick, it is fast, but there's another very important aspect of the S-Class, and that aspect is the environment inside this cabin, the way it feels when you're driving this car. There's a sense of stability, there's a sense of solidity that you don't get in any of the other cars that you would drive, even in the Mercedes-Benz range for that matter. It's truly exemplary. One aspect about the S-Class that really strikes me and that is very interesting is the amount of noise isolation inside this cabin. You really can't hear a thing. We are driving right now, and of course, apart from the camera rattling away where it's positioned, all you can hear is some of the tire noise. Even if I had to honk, you can barely hear that sound outside. And let me tell you, from the outside, that's a fairly loud noise. The S-Class has always been the benchmark where ride quality and ride comfort was concerned. And in this new generation S-Class, the V223, well, things continue in the same manner. The poise, the stability is incredible. Now that's because of the adaptive dampers that it's got on every corner. Now this gives it that magic body ride, whatever it's called. But essentially what it does is it makes sure that at any given point in time, the body stays absolutely balanced, level and horizontal to the plane. So even in some of the tightest corners, you barely feel the body weight shifting around, or for that matter, the body leaning into the corners. The dynamics of this car are incredible. It's precise, it knows exactly where it has to go, and at no point in time do you feel uncomfortable pushing this car to its limit. Now, it's not just the adaptive dampers, of course, that provide the kind of stability. There is one more trick up the S-Class's sleeve, and that's a very important feature that Mercedes-Benz has added to the S-Class, which it did not have before, and that is a rear axle steering. Now, at speeds of under 60 kilometers an hour or at crawling speeds, the rear wheels will turn opposite to the direction of the front wheels. Now, this of course enhances maneuverability, gives it a very tight turning radius, so not only can you turn around in a very tight corner, but it also helps you maneuver into very tight parking spots with ease. Now, at speeds above 60 kilometers an hour, the rear axle of course has about 2.5 degrees of steering angle, and this happens in the same direction as the front wheels. So this enhances stability, makes it far more sharper, far more precise when you're trying to attack some tight corners. But there's also another feature in this. That rear axle steering is also a dynamic element when you shift into sport mode. Now, the car senses what you are trying to do and accordingly will either steer the rear wheels in the same direction as the front wheels or in the opposite direction, depending on what is required. And it does this for up to about 3 degrees of steering angle, which is quite brilliant if you ask me. The way this works, of course, is not easily visible except when you're standing stationary. See this? But otherwise, when you're on the move, well, you really don't realize what is happening. All you realize is that this is a precise, well-balanced, dynamic car. For all of its driving prowess, the S-Class also offers a very wide safety blanket, and that includes airbags for the rear passengers as well. This is an entirely new feature, and these are forward-facing airbags in addition to the curtain airbags, the knee airbags, and a host of other airbags for both the driver and the passenger. But what's important is those rear airbags work brilliantly and they provide optimal protection in case of an incident happening with the car. But it's not just the airbags, you see. There is a host of other active safety features as well that are consistently working as you're driving this car. Whether it's the stability control, whether it's ESP, you've also got Distronic, which essentially is a form of cruise control that keeps you, or rather maintains a distance from the car ahead of you. It's also got active braking, which will switch on or rather hit the brakes automatically just in case you don't, with enough time to keep yourself safe from getting into an incident ahead of you. You've also got advanced driver assistance systems like blind spot monitoring, lane change assist, and a host of other functions. This is the whole deal. Is the S-Class as thrilling to drive as, let's say, the AMGs? Obviously not. The AMG experience is absolutely surreal. It's a completely different level, or cars from a different planet. But then, so is the S-Class. It comes from an entirely different planet. Factory 9, where these cars are made, well, that must be a special place. And someday I hope to visit Factory 9 and see what exactly goes on in there to understand just how well these cars are made, how these cars are made. If you had to walk into a showroom, and this is very interesting because Mercedes-Benz at the time of launch had already sold out their entire lot of S-Classes. And these are cars that cost upward of 2 crores. They may feel fairly expensive, but let me tell you, you get your money's worth. This isn't just a car for those special moments. What I do like about the S-Class is that it's a car for every moment, something you can drive every day, anywhere.